Hi everyone. Hello. I hope everyone has had a good day at work, home, wherever. Right. Do not please don't mind the patter, the pitty patter you can hear. That's the rain. It's just raining, and I'm in the car waiting for my daughter to finish from her lesson so we can go home. Okay. Now I just want to talk about early years today. Okay. And the sort of things that you should expect as a parent and as a teacher from the early years, especially if you're an overseas teacher. Now, from a parent's perspective, I've heard parents talk about, oh, what do my children actually do in school? They tend to be playing all day from morning till whenever they come back from school. They play and play and play and play and play. Now, yes, a lot of playing happens in the early years, but I don't think that play should be discounted, or that parents should worry that all their children do is play. Now, from the teacher's point of view, if you're not used to the early years curriculum, so which is mostly in the early years learning goals, go look at that. Okay, so there is a whole lot that is expected of children to get or to mature before they get into the mainstream school, which is from year 1, right? And for some of you who don't know, in the UK, once you get into year 1, which is, well, reception is the beginning of formal schooling, but reception is still under the early years. Okay, so it's slightly different from, well, very different from year 1. So in reception, you have a lot of this free flow play thing going on, but in year 1, you automatically sit down and learn like every other class in the school, and you that play sort of reduced to maybe 3 times break or 4 times break in the day, rather than the free flow sort of thing that you do in early years. But as I said, my focus today is more on early years, which you have preschool, nursery, and then in reception. Now, that play, as I said, is very important. Now, your child needs to meet certain early years goal milestones before they can then graduate. Well, they graduate anyway. In the UK, nobody repeats class. Sorry, I had to stop the video and then and attend to the swimming instructor. Okay, so back to the video. So when parents say, oh, my or people say, oh, my children are playing, I don't understand what they're learning, they come back home and they've been playing the whole day. Now, if you're not used to the early learning goals, okay, there are things that your children should be able to master to be able to function in the main school, sort of. And the early learning goals state that, now this is not, I don't have it in my head, but once I can remember, is your child needs to meet some certain developmental milestone, some sensory milestone, some speech milestones, and all of that. Now, your child should be able to work in a group, okay, and to be able to communicate. So one of the early learning goals is communication, right? So they have to communicate. They have to communicate their needs. Now, some children come into reception and they're not able to do this. So this is where they learn how to do it. So this is where, from the interaction they have with other children, from the teachers, from the adults, and people around that environment, this is where they learn to communicate, okay? So communication is important in everything that we do, okay? And more so when you go up in school, where they have discussions and things like that. So if your child is not able to master this skill in reception, how's it going to happen? Okay, so this is another reason, one of the reasons why we do it. Now, social and emotional development. Some children don't know how to share. Some children don't know how to communicate their emotional needs, okay? So some children, you find that you have some children something is not going their way, they scream because they're not able to verbalize how they are feeling or what it is that they're going through at that point in time. So this is where they learn it. So if you find a child who's screaming all the time, then because you have that time, you're not bogged down with all the learning and everything. Yes, learning does happen. I'm going to come to that. But you have that time to sit down and explain to the child, okay, this is how we do things when we're feeling angry, when we're feeling sad, when we're feeling a bit uneasy, we speak to an adult, okay? And then we'll tell them how we are feeling. So this is how you develop that emotional awareness in children. Again, there's something you don't know how to share. Okay, so how you should expect your child to be able to do this. So this is how you learn it, by communicating with one another, by being with other children, by playing. So in that social environment, they are learning skills. They are learning how to work in as part of a team. Okay, so when you go further up in schools, there's a lot of teamwork happening. So where during discussions and all of that, there's teamworks going where they work in groups, they work in pairs, and they have discussions. Now, if your child does not learn that skill, how to work as part of a team in reception, when are they going to learn it? Because by the time they get into year one, it's time to sit down and buckle up and learn. So this is the point in time where they have that opportunity to develop those skills through that play. Okay, they do this through that play. And okay, so the play is not just, open the door or they run around. No, some of this play is also taught through. So we have the outside time play and the inside time play. So the inside time play, the teachers would have taught through what they need to put out there. So they put things on the table, maybe some Play-Doh, so they can learn fine motor skills, because Play-Doh help with fine motor skills. A lot of children come into reception and they're not able to hold a pencil. They're not able to hold the scissors. They're not able to do all of those things. So by playing with those Play-Doh, by manipulating those things, you are developing your fine motor skills that is needed to hold a pencil. Okay, so they might decide to put out some building blocks to help with your creativity, to help with your thinking. Within that building blocks, they might put some pictures of things that they want you to build. So you can then think, okay, what cubes do I need? What blocks do I need in order to build this thing? Okay, now they can put water in the inside play where you have jugs, which helps with measuring, pouring and measuring and things. And then again, fine motor skills, because you have to pour into something. So some of this play is thought through. The indoor ones is not just free flow. Yes, it is free flow in the sense that the children can choose whatever they want to do. They also have the home corner, where they learn how to play mommy and daddies, where they learn how to talk. So now as a mommy and daddy, you have to talk, you have to communicate with the people around you, where you learn skills like just empathy. Okay, so this play is not just random play that is just out there, they play for money tonight. No, they're actually learning. I've been to schools where, and this happens. So within the sand pits, they put things for them there. They put letters, they put numbers and things, and so they can also learn their letters and numbers. And tell me, how do sometimes people learn quicker through their within their pairs? So you might find that a child might bring out a number from the sand pit. I'm like, oh, what is that? And the one who knows might say, oh, this is number 2. And that child has learned that this is number 2. Okay, so it is well thought through play, and not only that, it's also part of the early learning goals for things that children need to learn and be able to do by the time they get into main school. As I said, main school is sit down and work and write. So it's not all about reading and writing. Yes, reading and writing happens. We do phonics, we do maths, we do English, we do all of that. Okay, but for the first term of when they come, we just let them play, and within that play they are learning skills that they need to go. Now that play does not end in the first term. No, it carries on. Okay, but then it becomes a little bit more structured as they get older and as they begin to master. Some children don't even know how to sit on the carpet. Sitting on the carpet is something else. So that is where you learn how to sit on the carpet, how you train them. Okay, this is how you sit on the carpet. We're on the carpet, we are quiet, we're not hitting one another, we keep our hands to ourselves and we listen. Some are not used to listening, or because they're only children, they're used to getting whatever they want, so they're not used to just being told to do things. So if we don't instill these skills or these life skills in them in reception, where else is it going to happen? It's not going to happen when you are in year 1 or year 6. It's not going to happen. So it's important that parents understand the importance of that play that the children are doing in reception. It is critical. It is really, really critical, and it's a place where they sort of develop a lot of skills that will be useful to them as they graduate and move on in the school life as they get older. So as a teacher, if you're looking to get into the early years to teach, then you need to get yourself conversant with the early learning goals, which is the curriculum for the early years. Okay, and just don't look at it all that it is play. It is not play, but it is meaningful play, and within that, you're sort of hitting the milestones for your early learning goals. Okay, so have a look at it, read it, understand it, and begin to implement it. If you're in a country where you haven't come to the UK yet, implement it. Okay, understand how you can use nonsense and turn it into play. For instance, boxes can be used to make wonderful play sessions for children. Okay, so how to make play dough, how to do things, how to make salt dough. So these are the things that you need to understand and begin to get yourself used to if you want to work in the early years sector, and then get away this thing from your mind that, oh, they're not learning anything. They are learning a lot. I can tell you that they're learning a lot in the reception class through play. Okay, so it's not everything that has to do with sit down and write. And I feel sorry sometimes when I see children who are counting and to 100 and all of that when they shouldn't. Okay, there's no rush in this thing. They will definitely do that in reception. They will definitely count. They will definitely. A lot of them will probably start without any reading, and most of them, by the time they leave reception, they should be reading phase 6 or phase 5 books or phase 3 books. So it's not about sit down and learn and all of that. No, we have to weave in the play where they learn key skills in order to be able to function in the older school. I hope that's been helpful. I'm going to bring more on this, and I'm also going to bring out some practical things as a teacher that you need to be aware of, or you need to learn in order to be able to work in the early years sector. Okay, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, question below, and I will answer them when I can. Have a wonderful evening, and bye.